This is Eric, just Eric, hanging out in the motel room because it's hot, 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 hot outside. Very hot. Every time I go out, I'm like, gotta get back the air conditioner. Anyway, I have taken care of all of my business today without even showing face. Did it all on the phone. I got more stuff done today than I had planned on for the next couple days. I got a dinghy getting lined up with a brand new 4-stroke Merc. And he's getting me a nice Zodiac for it. That's the salvage guy Matt that's got my sailboat and everything. I just called the marina, Marathon City Marina, and talked to them about everything. Got all that lined up. So when I go down there, I'm gonna get an anchor for like $270 a month. They do a pump out once a week. You got free laundry, free showers, free facilities. They got their own restaurant. They got dinghy docking for free. They got everything. All I got to bring with me, photo ID, and then registration for my boat. And if I've got the registration ready for the dinghy, bring that too. And I'll be all set up. And they start your month from the day you show up and start paying, and you got your month paid for. And that's perfect because, I mean, if I get it for a month, then I'll be straight. But you have to stay on your boat. Like, I can't come back and stay in a motel once I'm anchored in their anchorage or on their ball. I can of course leave and do what I want. And I can be out of their anchorage or, over in the free, like next to the mangroves, which I don't do the mangroves much anymore. These days, it's going to take me a couple weeks before I can handle going back in there with you guys and showing you this stuff. It was a lot. It was very, very mental, I guess you could say. So, I don't quite know what to do with myself. It's like 2:30. I'm not even supposed to go out till like 6. I guess I'm just gonna chill and watch TV or something. I might as well. I don't really get to watch much TV. That's not my thing. But heck, it's real hot. It's 2:30, and I mean, like where most of you are, between 2 and 4 is the hot time of the day. It's not like that down here. At 11 to 6:30 or 7:30 is your hot time of the day. And I'm not kidding. It's just like everybody else's 2 to 4, but way worse. When it gets to the 2 to 4 each day here, that you don't see many people out. You don't see many people out. The homeless are huddled up in the shade somewhere next to something that's cold. I mean, they got ice and they're sipping their beer, trying to keep cool. Most of the people are in their cars, all windows rolled up, and there ain't that many people out. People's on the water, fine, of course, because you're on the water. If there's a boat ride, you always go for the boat ride. Don't matter unless the storm's gone. And you're always right there at the water. You hop in that water. It's between 70 and 75 degrees year round. Now, I've seen a few small storms come through, and the water did get a tad maybe below 70, but it wasn't cold. It wasn't like I didn't want to get in it. It wasn't like getting in my swimming pool that I had back when I was a kid in Baltimore. No, this water is like... In some places, it's so warm, you would probably, if it was bathwater, you'd fall asleep. You'd fall asleep and it's so warm. Those are areas where the water doesn't move so much. You don't really have much current. And I wouldn't say that it's like stagnant water because everything's in motion here. You got tides. But anyway, some places get a lot warmer. They hold heat better. Get sun all day. And down here, we get like 14 hours of sunlight. And then when it's like a long day, you're looking at like, I don't know yet. I'm guessing like 17 or more hours of sun in a day. If you've not been down to the Keys or more south toward the equator, you don't even know how hot it really gets. But it doesn't matter because the sun's shining, man. And you feel so good. Like, I'm inside right now, but I can see the sun shining so bright through my windows, even the blinds are pulled down. It's making me smile. It's making me happy. The sun is the best. It makes me smile. It makes me happy. It makes me positive. Now, one thing I haven't got to do a whole lot of just recently was some mindfulness. So I would say this evening, I'm going to go out. I heard about a point out here. My friend told me about JJ. She said, yeah, if you go out to the point, she said, you can see like nothing but the water all around. She said the sunset from there is amazing. She said she recommended that I go out there maybe tonight. She goes out about every night, so who knows? I'll probably go out there and she'll come on out, but or she might go out there with me. If she sees me, she probably won't go with me. She's cool. So, you know, that's what I'm looking forward to is all that. And I've already got all my stuff taken care of. I'll try to get a hold of Matt tomorrow, text him, and see how things are going. Let him know, you know, I've talked to the people at Marathon City Marina and told them I want to get an anchorage. I'd probably be up there tomorrow or the next day. You know, once Matt's able to get that Zodiac and everything lined up, then I'll be able to tow my boat over there or push, you know, whatever way I feel like lining it up. I might need some assistance. I don't know. I usually like to try to do everything myself, but you can't do everything by yourself. If I've learned anything since I've come here that I did not follow before, you can't do it all alone. Unless you're going out to do goofy, stupid stuff like I like to do. Other than that, though, you can't do everything alone. Yeah, you can go to the bathroom by yourself. Hey, you can brush your teeth by yourself. You can put on your shoes by yourself. I like other people to dress me or whatever, but I'm just teasing. You can do some things by yourself, but at some point you're gonna need assistance. And the last bit, I've started to ask for a little help. And in my past, I always found that, you know, when you ask someone for help, it's very rare you get what you ask for. People just do what they want to do for you. They won't do what you need them to do. You tell them, hey, this is what's going on. I really need this. And they'll do what they think they should do or what they think is going to work well for it. When it's not even their choice. You ask them for help with something, they should do what you ask them for if they're really your friend. They shouldn't try to do it their own way. You're the one that knows what needs to get done, not them. You're just asking for assistance. And I would say that to anybody, if your friend asks you for help them with the way they need to help. You know, ask them, how would you like me to help you? What do you need me to do for you? Don't try to do what you think you need to do, because I guarantee you're frickin' wrong. And you're just going to upset your friend. Your friend's going to think, well, that's not much of a friend. They wouldn't even do what I asked of them. And that was my past. That's what I thought everybody was like. I get down here and I started having some struggles. And I was like, I got to go ask somebody for some help with this or just a question over here. But I found every time that I went, not only did I get what I asked for, almost exactly, I'd get more. I mean, is that not awesome or what? These people down here, like, I've heard a few people say it. Not everybody yet, but I haven't been here that long, so, you know, everybody says only so much, you know, when they're around new people. But the ones I've heard it from, I've, you know, been around a little bit, they say down here in the Keys, everybody's family. Big family, huh? When I was growing up, when I was little, I was firstborn grandson, and I was doted upon, you could say. I mean, my grandma, she spoiled me rotten. And she was always, you know, her and Pop, or my granddad, they would take me down to North Carolina, where our family's from, or their side, like constantly, you know, every couple of weeks or a month. I was going by myself with them, just us, because they're like so proud, you know, I'm the first grandson. And I knew so many family members back then. I remember when I was young going to like family reunions, probably 60, 100 people there. And that wasn't all the family, but there was people that flew in from like the islands down this way and from other places. They'd all just come in. It was so packed. And I knew, I mean, it was rare I didn't know somebody. And if I didn't know them, they probably weren't family. They just came with somebody. I knew everybody, and they all knew me. But now I'm not a kid. I'm almost 40. And almost all that family is gone now. They've all passed on. I got my granddad, I got my mom. I got my brother. And that other cat that helped make me, he's out there somewhere. Check this out. This was an early on tattoo for me. Just to let you know how important it is to me. You don't put a tattoo on yourself to make a joke, not normally. See right there? F-A-M-I-L-Y. Family. Hey, let's do it this way instead. I am near a mirror, so like this. Whoop, wrong way. There it is. How about that? Oh gosh, I can't turn my arm that way. There it is. Now you can see it the right way. And I got lots of stuff on here. I mean, that one's gonna have to change because somehow I'm not misunderstood at all anymore. At least not here. People totally get me, and I mostly get them, but they're a little different, but in a great way. They're like cool different. It gets boring doing the same old, because the same old problems come around. If you'll do different in your life and try different, but those old problems go away on their own, it's worth a try. It's worked for me. Maybe work for you too, if you try it. But remember, when you try something, you don't just, and then done. No, I tried, it didn't work. That's not trying. If you don't at least succeed some, you didn't put no effort in. You know, that's not effort. Oh yeah, I tried, but it didn't work. Well, obviously you didn't try hard enough, because it should have worked some if you put effort in. I mean, it's like, if I get a shovel and want to dig a hole, and I at least stick the spade down into the dirt and say, I tried to dig the hole. It's just the dirt was too hard. Bam, I did do something, and I told you why it didn't work. The dirt was too hard. If I just held the shovel and set it there on the ground and said, I tried. You know, I went to the shed and I got my shovel, but I got there and I just couldn't dig the hole. Why not? You didn't try really digging. All you did was go think about it. That's not trying. Thinking about it of an action that you need to do physically, just thinking about it is not really trying. If you want to really try and have success, you must act. At least in some part, but you need to go as far as you can possibly go with it. And you will find success. And most of the time, if you'll do it that way, your trying will turn into full success. And you'll be very proud of yourself, become more positive, happier, and smile more, and have much more fun in life. That's what I have to say. So anyway, I'm going to go lay back and chill. Turn on the TV. Relax during this heat because it's hot, 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 hot. I ain't got to go nowhere because I already took care of my business on my phone. Look a few places up, call the right people, tell them the right names. You always got a name drop. Once you get to know somebody and they like you and stuff, always drop their name when you go talk to somebody else that might know them. You're going to get well taken care of. Like, I called Anchorage. I said, I'm working with Matt. He's getting me a new dinghy. He's like, oh, yeah, Matt. You let me know when Matt gets your dinghy ready and you're ready, you're straight. And we'll line you up, but you got to stay on your boat, blah, blah, blah. And he said, Matt will take care of you. If he says Matt's going to take care of me, that's what Burdine said. I mean, and I've talked to a few other people. Obviously, I'm going to be straight. I'm going to have a cool dinghy with a brand new 4-stroke mark on it. That's going to be good. It's going to be strong. Plus these new Mercs, the 4-strokes, they're very easy. I mean, I like a 2-stroke because I'm used to working on 2 strokes. I did have the starting of a logging business that, anyway, I worked on my chainsaws all the time and worked on other 2-stroke things. I rebuilt the carburetor on my Merc, my 25 horse on my sailboat. I've pulled generators apart, lawnmowers. That was, those are 4-cycle, but they've only got like 1 or 2 cylinders. Now, the 4-cycle Merc that I'm going to get with the Zodiac from a dinghy is a 4-cylinder. So this thing's got power. And the cool thing is, whenever you have at least 4 cylinders, not 3, it's not going to work. But 4, if one fails or a spark plug fails, those other 3 will keep spinning it. And I have seen in the past where 2 cylinders failed on a 4, and it still ran very bad. And it was drinking gas like 5 times the amount, but it still ran. The 2-cycle 25 has only got 2 cylinders. If one goes out on 9, that's it. It's not going to run. It's like the whole thing's dead and you don't know what's going on. You gotta go through process of elimination to figure out what the issue is before you can even start fixing it. And the cool thing is also with the new Mercs, they're like the new Stills that I was getting into. They can plug the machine and it'll tell you everything about the motor. How many hours it's ran, how many gallons of fuel, what's the top speed, what's the top RPMs, what's the low RPMs, how's your idle, does anything need to be adjusted out, do you need new spark plugs, is there something that's not working quite right. You plug these things in and it tells you everything. Like I said, I've had some rough times, and when I first got here, I put an electric motor on my sailboat that weighs almost 5,000 pounds, and it only had 30 pounds of thrust. If you don't know what I mean, look it up. A 30-pound thrust electric motor is a trolling motor for a little bass boat, and 30 pounds is as small as it gets. But the point was, it only cost me $100, and I learned how to use the current and tides to travel rather than depend on the motor. But now, because I've got the bigger motor and I understand tides and current, I can get around quite well and go quite well. Once I get the dinghy set, get my anchorage, get everything lined up, get the boat fixed, and we're going to head up the Gulf Coast and have us a little party. So that's my day. I'm going to go be lazy. Hope you have a crazy day like I like to have. So live it like you love it. Work it like I like it.